Today, on WDSU-TV's weekly report, we'll learn about the 5K color run and learn more about the student organization Eminent.
We'll check in with Judicial Affairs, meet the media, and get the scoop on the Hornets versus Spartans game.
Stay tuned because this is WDSU-TV's weekly report.
What's going on, Hornets? I'm Talia Sharps.
And I'm Yacho Capote.
So, Yacho, what do you know about the DSU's color run?
What I know is basically a 5K color run, and they throw colors at you while you're running on campus.
That's definitely a big part of the fun. The color run is DSU's annual event where students get the option to run or walk while colored cornstarch is thrown at them. We've got Morgan Poole in the field with more.
Have you ever heard the phrase, live life in color? Well, that is exactly what students, parents, faculty, and staff are doing right here at Delaware State University for the Hornet Hustle 5K Color Run. Hello, Hornets. I'm Morgan Poole with the WDSU-TV, here right on the courts for the event. Let's check in with graduate assistant John Bailey to see what makes this year so vibrant.
So the Color Run is an event where they raise money for whatever purpose. For our purpose, it was for scholarships, and they just throw color around. Everybody runs a 5K and has a good time. People can run, they can walk, they can skip, jog. It's whatever anybody wants. I don't think there's any prizes for it, but some people like to be competitive. So for the exercise portion, we just had a little bit of a warm up. Throw some color, try to get introduced to the color and get your body warmed up so that you can run or walk or whatever you decided to do. We've had 7 5Ks so far. This is our 3rd color run. It's fun. It's not that expensive. I know some people are a little tight on money, but it's a fun event and everybody had a good time today.
So today I was in charge of registration, so I got everybody checked in, handed them their t-shirts and their color packets for the pre and post party. I did the hard work and that's fine. I held down for the squad, had to, get cleaned up. As soon as registration was over, I just, helped clean up. We have a great time out here, whether you working or you participating, because even while the run is going on, us and our staff, we over here, we throwing color too. So, we're doing our own participation. Don't be afraid. That is my words of encouragement. Try something new. Don't limit yourself. Don't worry about getting it in your hair and stuff. And if you want, wrap your hair up, do what you got to do. But it's just cornstarch. It's not toxic. It comes right out when you wash it. And there's also steps that you can do to preserve it in your shirt as well. So just come out, try it out. And I promise you'll be coming back.
I am a first-time runner for the DSU Color Run. It was interesting. It was interesting. I did run the whole time except for when we got right here to the Wellness Center. We thought that we were going to have to do another lap, but we didn't. So when we got here to the powder, we got split and we ran it. We ran it. It was awesome. The pre-party was awesome. I still want to hear what those songs were because I've never heard them before in my life, but they were epic. WRC did an excellent job. The trainers were awesome. They were pumping us up, and I was just excited to be here. I would recommend this to everyone. Actually, we were running through the colors. Getting off a couple of calories there. When you get to college, sometimes you get that extra 15 on. So it was great, a great experience to be able to come out here and run today. So I'm excited. I was excited.
First time, I could never wake up on a Saturday morning in time, but I made it. Thank you, Lord, for waking us up. Woo! My experience, it was great. It was fun. It was energy packed. We got to play around after, and the run was brutal. Don't sprint a 5K run like me. You won't survive. I run track, so I was okay. But those who were a little elderly, the little joints is a little stiff. It works out for it's something everybody can do. So I liked it. This actually is good for the first game, and to have the energy building up for the game. School spirit is all we need. To 2022, 2023, to 30, you need to come out and do the color run.
As you can see, this year was filled with so much fun and color as everyone had a wonderful time. Once again, I'm Morgan Poole with the WDSU-TV. See you next time.
Well, that does look like a lot of fun. Next year, I think I want to colorize.
Definitely does. Next, we'll take a look behind the scenes of the Eminent Interest Meeting.
Eminent is a student organization that focuses on the empowerment of the kings and queens of this campus, with the motto, a unity to elevate others to live their full potential as kings and queens. Here's the Taylor with more.
I'm LaTaylor Branson for WDSU-TV, and tonight we're in Grossley Hall for Eminence Interest Meeting, where our very own DSU Kings and Queens tell us what it means to them to be eminent.
The word eminent is defined as like a high level of success, some at its top peak. But as an organization, we kind of recreate that word as a high-rated individual. So that's why we incorporate Kings and Queens, because like we want everybody to think they at that high peak.
So eminent interests me because since I've been here from last year, I always used to see them around or hear about them, see them on Instagram. So I wanted to see what it was about eminent that everyone knew about, or why did I always hear eminent around anywhere I was. So what interests me about them is that they're active on campus and they do a lot on campus. They're known and they seem like they elevate each other. So that's what interests me about eminent.
Well, I joined eminent because I wanted to broaden my horizons, meet new people, learn new things, definitely get into an organization that represented King and Queens, because I always held myself to that sort of standard, and finding an organization that fit that was important for me.
King and Queen is really like the confidence inside yourself, because once you reach the king or queen, then you'll be more confident. So it's important for them to like be forced out their comfort zone. Like I was, like I joined this organization, I didn't have no plans or goals, but they kind of brung the king and queen out of me, and now it's like an obligation to me.
Eminent has shown me that I can be more of a leader than I thought. Being on the board now as Miss Eminent, I am able to reach out to way more people in the organization. Prior, I'm not the most outgoing, but you know, it helped me a lot to like come out of my shell and get to know people and people who have the same interests as me. So, yeah.
So during Eminence Interest Meeting, I learned that they do a lot of community service. So they're not just on campus. They go around Delaware and they do things for little kids. They do stuff for adults. They go to shelters. You know, they're very active in the community as well. And me being a leader in all that I do, and me wanting to be eminent, I would say that being a part of an organization that actually carries out what eminent means is great, because they carry leadership, they carry motivation, they are actually like a family. So at the interest meeting, a lot of their members said that they are a family. They're not just an organization that meets and does stuff together. They're a family. They work together, they move together, they motivate each other. And being a college student, that's what we need.
Like every organization is not treated like a family, but coming to the interest meeting tonight and just seeing how the board members are, the general members are, like they treat each other as family, and that's something I'm going to be a part of. So that's one thing I took tonight on this interest meeting.
Am I excited? Yes, because being a part of an organization that will help me improve myself during this time, you know, we all go through difficult times, you know, anything can pop up. So being a part of an organization that I know will be there for me and will motivate me and help me with my grades, study hours and stuff like that, I'm excited, because I know with them I'll actually be great.
So I think eminent, what their principles and what their values stand for, it's important to take that, what I learned tonight, and just take it with me and grow with it and help other people, including youth and older people and people my age as well.
I would like to see Eminent be all over campus. So like I want Eminent to be like the organization on campus. I want Eminent to be #1 this semester. I want Eminent to be the org everybody wants to join. Once we get our new interests in, I want us to be just known all over the place. Our social media to be booming, all of our pages to be booming. I want everything to be pop, and I want our board members to be known all over campus. So I want us to be the org at Delaware State University.
Make sure you check out Eminent as they continue to show our very own Delaware State University students how to be the kings and queens they're meant to be. My name's LaTaylor Branson for WDSU-TV. We'll see you next time.
I love how they encourage students to get in touch with their inner kings and queens. I believe that that's something that should be taught to all young men and women. So, Yacho, what comes to your mind when you hear safety?
Well, when I hear safety, that's knowing I'm not in any harm's way.
Those are definitely good thoughts. This next piece is about when things are not so safe and the consequences of not following the rules. Let's take a look.
My name is Timothy W. Patterson for WDSU-TV. Today, we're in the Bank of America building, where we got a chance to hear from the Office of Student Judicial Affairs. With homecoming coming right around the corner, Judicial Affairs is the last place you'd want to visit. We got a chance to speak with Paula Duffy, Director of Judicial Affairs.
The event this evening was about following the rules of the university, making sure that students understand the student code of conduct so they won't jeopardize their education here at Delaware State University. I want students to take away from this event the importance of their education. And if you violate the rules of the university, it could really put you in a bad position where you could lose your education here. You could be suspended, you could be expelled from the university. And to think of how important the your education process is, it's better to just follow the rules.
So I came out to this event for extra credit for my teacher and also to get informed about the consequences of certain actions.
I'm very familiar with the judicial affairs because I had to do this last year. Well, just a warning, you know. She let me off easy, but I was in the office, so I know how the process works.
Over the years, within the last, we can talk about maybe the last year, we've had approximately 900 students that have been in the system. Not all students have been found responsible or suspended, but we do have a large capacity of at least 900 students that have been in our system.
I think the event went very well. The students were engaged. They answered the questions that were asked of them. They actually had questions of their own. So I think, as Ms. Duffy pointed out during one of the sessions, one of the questions that she asked, I think that going into homecoming, they can also take the information and take it back to their friends, because again, homecoming, as we all know, is a very, very big event on campus.
What I took away from this event was basically you can't mess up here at DSU, or you're going to get penalized, and it's going to mess up you for the rest of your life. It's going to stick.
The things you can get in trouble for are having drugs, doing alcohol, and on and off campus. You can get in trouble for not paying your fees and having fines and not going to your court dates and stuff.
I would go to more events like this, and I would tell my friends just so everybody can be informed.
It's always better to be safe than sorry. My name is Timothy W. Patterson for WDSU-TV, and I'll see you next time.
Well, judicial affairs is somewhere I definitely don't want to be.
You and I both. And now I think it's time we talk about Meet the Media. Meet the Media was a panel discussion presentation for the mass communication students who are looking to learn the ins and outs of the mass media world. And that translates to finding a job. Let's join reporter Kai Guilford.
Hi, my name is Kai Guilford, and I'm here for WDSU-TV at the Martin Luther King Jr. Student Center. I will be going to the Meet the Media panel discussion, but first I caught up with Kim Turner, the Delaware Chapter PRSA president, to see what this event is all about.
So the goal was to get public relations professionals from up and down the state together to hear from industry experts as it relates to media. The industry is always evolving, so we want to provide our members with opportunities to continue to learn new things. Some of the things and topics that the panel spoke on were great reminders for me, or I didn't really think of that. So it gives you an opportunity to gather some new information to take back to the office to improve the public relations at your place of business.
I think one of the biggest differences since I've been working since late 2000 is that the lines between TV, radio, print are almost gone. Everybody's doing everything.
As a mass communications major, I think that this panel really helped me. Now I know a lot about the Delaware market and news. I'm trying to go into news in Delaware first before I outsource to either New York or Philadelphia or California.
I would say use Twitter or whatever social media you're on as a two-way communication tool, not as a billboard to say, this is what I'm doing, but to connect with people as you would in person. To have a conversation, a back and forth, not always just promoting yourself, but commenting on what other people are doing and sort of cross-promoting. It's all about community in social media, right? That's the social part of it. So it's a back and forth. Don't just use it as a platform for yourself. Join the community and go have a back and forth.
I believe social media will give us more network options. We can keep connections easier, as well as with social media we can connect to people everywhere.
I think I've been able to meet a lot of people through social media. I'm the communications director at the Food Bank of Delaware, so I've had opportunities to connect and network with people. I know that Ken Grant was mentioned in today's panel. We coined him several years ago the godfather of social media in Delaware. So I think it's a way to connect and network and find new contacts. And like they said in the panel, it's a back and forth interaction versus just a billboard of promoting your own ideas or event.
As you can see, students and media professionals alike have a lot to say about the ever-changing media industry. This is Kai Guilford for WDSU-TV. See you next time.
First home football games are always big news.
And big news it was, just a couple weeks ago when the DSU Hornets hosted the Norfolk State Spartans on our gridiron.
Here is Kenny Powell with the review of the action.
Hi, I'm Kenny Powell with WDSU-TV, and Saturday the Delaware State Hornets faced off against the Norfolk State Spartans. We came up short 17-7, but today we got a chance to speak with Coach Allen to see how the team could do better.
Well, we felt like we could run the football, against Norfolk State, and for the most part we did a pretty good job. The biggest things that hurt us this past weekend were turnovers and penalties. Really stopped some drives that we had going, that we felt that, things that we could do and execute. We just didn't finish because of those things. And that's something just going forward. Our young guys have to continue to learn and grow. The penalties and those turnovers are going to stop drives. And you can't do that against good teams.
Game plan was to take advantage of running the ball a little bit weak, making sure that we take care of the football and really running the football and taking advantage of whatever they give us.
Plan going to Norfolk State is we were going to, first off, we were going to control the clock. I thought we did a pretty good job of that with our tempo. And then we were going to establish the running game. And then our goal was to hit them over the top with some more deep passes. We didn't complete them as much as we'd like to, though.
We got to cut down our penalties and not make so many mistakes. And then we can't turn the ball over. And then we got to make plays when we have opportunities. We missed a couple of throws the other day. We missed some blocks that would help us have some explosive plays in the run game. Those things we need to eliminate, and that'll help us offensively move the ball more and score more points, which everybody wants, obviously. That'll help us.
As a team, we could have stayed more focused. I felt as though, as the game started to prolong, guys started to fall out and stuff like that. They just needed to pay attention to what was going on. Because after they scored, we could have came back and scored. But guys, they got stressed over the touchdown.
Personally, I got to protect the ball a little bit better. Having a couple turnovers, that's not going to win any games like that. So that's definitely going to be a point of emphasis for myself moving forward.
Yeah, when you lose your center, you got to move people around. That's big, especially the center is a big call in what we do. He makes the calls up front. So when you lose that, you got to move people around, and injuries always play a role in the game, but that can't be an excuse.
We got a next man mentality about us. Injuries are part of football. It's going to happen, unfortunately. And our guys understand that. And the next guy, he has to go in and execute at a high level as well. So I don't think injuries necessarily hurt us from the standpoint of the wins and the losses. But it also you want your starters to be out there. That's why they're starters.
This is Kenny Powell with WDSU-TV. See you next time.
Next week, homecoming. DSU versus the Howard Bisons.
And that's all we have for today. I'm Yacho Capote.
And I'm Talia Sharps. See you later, Hornets.